Hey there, gang. Time for another comic book unboxing. And as you can see from this photo, this box promises a fair amount of variety. It looks like we have, just based on the top edges of the books here, looks like we have some maybe Silver Age or even older books sandwiched in between some newer books. So if you like comic books from across a span of ages, stick around. We're going to have some fun. Hey there, Bobby. Welcome to Shanghai. My name is Duke, and this is an unboxing video. So, this is going to be kind of no frills. There's no action figure mascot, no Legion flight ring. All that stuff is still up in the Sanctum Sanctorum that I can't get to now that I've had the surgery on my foot and I'm all casted up. I can't get up into that attic space where I normally do my recording, but sainted wife Sheila is out on the deck today, leaving me all of our tiny house. Because sitting here at the kitchen table, I can just about, spread out my arms and touch either end of the house. And I don't live in a tiny house, because I'm some, earth-saving hipster. I live in a tiny house because that's what I can afford. So there's no place in the house where, I could record where you wouldn't be able to hear maybe Sheila on the phone or the television. No place where I could record where I wouldn't be bothering whatever she's doing. And, Mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. So, anyway, but I hope to heal up soon. And I'm having some other issues. The diabetes is kind of attacking me on both ends. I had the foot issue, and now I've had a blood vessel burst in one of my eyes. So, having a little trouble with the vision, but I will soldier on. I'm still going to do my work, still going to do my job. And since I'm busting comic books out anyway, I'm glad that you're here to take a look at them with me and marvel over some old 4-color splendors. If this is your first time here, basically, here's the deal. And if you're a regular, skip ahead about 90 seconds. You know this story. But for the newbies, I work for a company called VCB LLC. That's Vintage Comic Books LLC, located in Freeport, Maine. We buy comic book collections from all over the country, all over the world. They arrive at our warehouse in Freeport, Maine, where they're divvied up into different sales streams. Some go to CGC, and those are sold on a site called comiclink.com. Some are sold in our retail store, which is .com Comics in Freeport, Maine. And then some are sold on the websites. We have two. sellmycomicbooks.com, which is perhaps counterintuitively the vehicle we mostly use for buying comic books, and also the site tied to the retail store, .comcomics.com. And then the bulk of the books are sold on eBay, either as what we call raw singles, which is a book that's not worth sending to CGC, but we still think we can get at least $10 for. That's our target, $10 for that book, or they're put in the multi-book lots, enough books that we think it'll take to get above that $10 threshold. And then we take some books, go into dollar bins in the store, and we take to conventions and things like that. So anyway, my job for the company, one of my jobs, is grading the books that we sell as raw singles. And so that's what we're going to be looking at here today. So you're not going to see any big wild books, and unless somebody made a mistake in the sorting process, and by somebody, that would be the owner of the company. So shh, if you think there's a mistake, shh, quiet, don't tell. Get me in trouble. But what is sort of here again is raw singles, the books that we think are going to sell for between $10 and $100 each. That's what we're going to be looking at here. But there's still, a whole wide swath of things to look at from different ages, different genres. It should be a good time. So please do like, share, subscribe, do all the groovy things. I hope to get back onto a more regular schedule soon. These videos have been pretty sporadic lately, but we still have the deal going. If you are a subscriber and if you leave a comment, any comment, whatever you want to say, good or bad, then you will be entered into the random drawing for one of 2 Bronze Age mystery boxes. It'll be 10 random books from the Bronze Age. And I will be giving away both of those boxes once I hit 500 subscribers. I think I'm at 465 now, so we're kind of creeping up towards it. So let's take a look here, see what we've got. I think I need to adjust my lighting a little bit. It might be too dark, but hopefully it's not too dark for you. The other way, you couldn't even see it, could you? So this is a fairly recent book. I'm not sure why this is in here. I'm not really a Spawn fan myself, so I don't know if Spawn is like, taking off or something, or what's the deal? Oh, a little bit of the cord. It's like my mother and a Kodak camera with a thumb, in the corner of every photo. I had the power cord for my iPad, which is what I record on, there in the corner. All right, come for the comics, stay for the high quality content. Anyway, I'm not a big Spawn fan myself, and every Spawn book I have in my own personal collection is just stuff that I got, in bulk purchases. I buy something at an auction or whatever, and it's got some Spawn in it. And I keep the ones I don't have and trade away the duplicates. So this is 305. This is fairly recent, and yeah, I don't know. I don't know why this is in here, why this would bring at least $10. If you know, please do tell me. Is Spawn all of a sudden hot again? There's this whole 300 issue mark. I think Dave Sim really kind of holds the record with Cerebus. Todd McFarlane with Spawn claims to have broken that, but he hasn't drawn every issue of Spawn. I don't even know that he's written every issue. I think there are a lot of issues he's had nothing at all to do with. And then, of course, Eric Larson with Savage Dragon is creeping up. And I think he's got a more legitimate shot of breaking Dave Sim's record. Here is 297. Maybe it's the road to 300. It was a big deal. I don't know. Here is 300. And here's another 300. And there's another 300. Well, go to eBay. The seller name is .com Comics. If you need a Spawn 300, you know where to get one. We won't put all of those up at the same time, but they'll probably do one a week for the next few weeks. This is interesting. Malibu Sun. And this looks like Wetworks. This looks like some kind of a preview thing. Yeah, or a fanzine. Could be. Malibu, if you're not aware, is it's a independent company from the mid-90s, and they were pretty successful in launching a superhero line, and not many companies outside of Marvel and DC have been able to do that or sustain it. Usually when it happens, it collapses under its own weight or inertia or company infighting, as with, CrossGen, although CrossGen wasn't, primarily superheroes, or Valiant. But Malibu actually got bought out by Marvel back during its high corporate bankruptcy days in the mid-90s. Of course, Malibu came along in kind of the early 90s, and by the mid-90s, it was bought out by Marvel. Marvel owns all of the Malibu characters now, but they pretty much bought it, apparently, with the intent of burying it, because they've done virtually nothing with those characters. And the Malibu universe could be, an alternate Earth, something, alternate to the 616. And just as Marvel recently did the whole Heroes Reborn event with the Squadron Supreme from an alternate Earth, they could certainly do the Malibu universe. Maybe an in might be that the Malibu characters are sort of the golden age of that Earth, and now on that Earth, the traditional Marvel heroes are starting to pop up. So you have, 2020 versions, 2021 versions of, Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, all of those, with these being your Destroyer, Wizard, Miss America equivalents. I don't know, that's one way to do it, but Marvel could certainly do something with it, but it appears from all evidence that they bought Malibu with the intent of burying the competition. Marvel Tales, that was a reprint book, reprinted earlier issues of Amazing Spider-Man. 237 is fairly late in the run, so I'm not sure why this would be a $10 book, but here's two of them. Marvel Age was sort of an in-house fanzine. Number 6. This could be of a right vintage. This could be maybe an early or maybe even first appearance of Cloak and Dagger. I don't know. They might have appeared here before, sort of to promote their actual series. I don't know. I'll have to look that up. I'm not sure why. Because usually we can't get rid of these Marvel Ages. Even the ones with Stan Lee on the photo cover, They sell by the pound. Here's a Spawn number 1. We had 300, so here's one. And although there's about a bazillion of them out there, and every box I open's got at least one, it seems, that is still a good, reliable $15, $20 seller all day, every day. If it's at least a 7.0 or so. This is fun. An early Silver Age Wonder Woman, number 160 with the cheetah. And I don't know who else is there. Dr. Psycho. These little monkey men creatures are kind of freaky to look at. they all look like they've got Shemp Howard's head. Captain Marvel. This is the Monica Rambeau one-shot. And, oh no, it's not 2 books there. Here's another one. This is actually 195. This is the actual first appearance of the Taskmaster. 196 is often listed as the first appearance, and this one is actually the real first appearance. Although, to be fair, it's just a cameo. It's like he pops up in the last panel, or something like that. So, as a matter of fact, let's take a look at it. Let's go ahead and take a look. Take a look. Boom, boom, boom. Take that out of here. Don't freak out. There's no tape on that bag, so. And I think. Boom. Boom, boom. There he is. So that's the actual first appearance of the Taskmaster. Have you seen the Scarlet... not Scarlet Witch. Black Widow. Have you seen the Black Widow movie? I haven't bothered yet. The reviews were so bad that I haven't bothered. I'm not really up to going back to a movie theater yet. And I don't subscribe to Disney Plus. I dropped Disney Plus after the first season of The Mandalorian. I was like, well, I'll pick it up back in, once a few of the Marvel shows are out, and I'll get it for a month, binge everything, and then drop it again. But the reviews have been so bad on everything. Either that or the reviews on YouTube have been so complete, I don't feel like I need to watch the show. I feel like I practically have. That was the case with WandaVision. And then the rest of them have either been meh, Captain America and the Winter Soldier seemed kind of meh based on the reviews, or just outright bad. According to the reviewers that I trust, so Loki and then the Black Widow movie. So, and then the second season of The Mandalorian, but for that fangasm at the end of the last episode, seemed to be kind of meh as well. And you had the whole, Gina Corona, like the beer? I don't know. Debate. All right, let's move on. Let's not waste too much time. We don't want this video to be too long. So here is, and I do kind of need some light here, don't I? Well, that's too much, though. That's too much. Well, I don't know, buddies. I think you're just going to have to deal with the glare, maybe, because otherwise it's just too dark. But that's Avengers Annual number 10, and that's first appearance of Rogue. Hooray, hooray! This is a not very nice condition copy. Matter of fact, I would stick this in a lot or something, or even a dollar bin. That's pretty beat up. I'm probably gonna. I have full authority to reject any books as a single. I don't think in this condition that's going to be worth selling as a single. But this is the death of the Earth 2 Batman. All right, Tales of Suspense. That's an early Iron Man appearance, guest starring the Angel, and I think that might be the first appearance of maybe any X-Men, but at least the Angel outside of the X-Men book. This is Avengers number 144, first appearance of Patsy Walker as Hellcat. Of course, Patsy Walker herself dates back to at least the Atom Age, the late Golden Age of Timely Comics. But here she picked up the cat costume that had belonged to Greer Garson, who went on to become Tigra. Became a cat in more than just costume. And so, yeah, that's a big book. It's an iconic cover of Avengers. That scene appeared in the movie, and at that point, this cover really took off. Here is the first full appearance of the Taskmaster that we were just talking about. All-Star Comics number 58. So DC revived This issue this title in 1966, All-Star was the book that starred the Justice Society in the Golden Age. And of course, by 1976, we were still in an era where first issues were kind of frowned upon. You know, we're still in the newsstand era. Comic book stores haven't really come along yet. The collector mentality is just sort of starting to sink in. And publishers are still shy about using first issues because they're afraid that distributors and retailers won't put a book out if it's untried, untested. So they picked up the numbering from All-Star Comics, even though All-Star Comics, you know, when the Justice Society went away, the title was changed to All-Star Western, and the numbering continued on. So you've got All-Star Western number 58 from back around, I don't know, 54 or something like that, 52-3. And then you've got All-Star Comics number 58, both counting All-Star Comics 1 through 57 as the first part of that run. So there you go. Anyway, this stars the Justice Society, revived for the Bronze Age, starring an adult Robin. This is the first appearance of Power Girl with the boob window, and that's what makes this kind of a big deal. And you had the recently revived Star Spangled Kid, now enhanced with the Starman's Cosmic Rod. I have a Cosmic Rod of my own, frankly. I bet at least half of you do, too. Yeah, and so the early issues tried to call these young heroes the Super Squad. And so it was the Super Squad featuring the Justice Society. And it was only, well, it was a bi-monthly title at first, I believe. And then I was only maybe 4 or 5 issues before they dropped this whole Super Squad thing, just incorporated the young heroes into the Justice Society, and it just became All-Star Comics starring the Justice Society. So, there you go. That's the first stack. Oh, one more in the stack. Who is the new Captain America? Well, I think we know who that is at this point. I think, spoiler warning, that was Sam. My pal the Falcon. All right, now we're going to break into the older books. And let's see what we've got. Oh, groovy. 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 And I think without the bags, maybe I can put a little light on the situation. No, I still can't, can I? I need to get one of those diffuse light things. I've really, I've invested just about no money in this channel. I did break down and buy a Bluetooth Yeti microphone that I'll be using for some of my produced videos I plan to do in the future, near future. But for these types of videos, I'm still just screaming into the iPad. Because the Yeti does not plug into the iPad. But I haven't bought any lights or software or cameras or anything like that. I figure I'll do that once I get to 1,000 subscribers. So, if you'd like to see that happen, please do subscribe, but tell your friends. Tell your friends to subscribe. So here's a nice Roy Rogers photo cover. Prince Valiant, and this is issue 900 of the 4-color series from Dell. This is 650, another Prince Valiant. Roy Rogers and Trigger towards the end of the run. This is a subscription fold. If you don't know what a subscription fold is, it's this big fold that goes right down the middle of the book, and that comes from during this period when somebody would subscribe to a comic book and get it, delivered to their home through the mail. They would actually fold the book right in half, and it would be wrapped, in a mailer with the address label on it. And so it resulted in this fold through the entire book. And so that's what that is. It's kind of heavily frowned on. But anyway, towards the end of Roy Rogers here, I don't know if his popularity was starting to wane or what, but it became Roy Rogers and Trigger. They gave Trigger co-billing. Second fiddle to a horse. Here's some more. And, Roy Rogers doesn't do that well unless it's super high grade for us anyway. So these are probably going to go for $5, $6, $10 each. These will have trouble getting to that $10 each threshold, I bet. There's 2 of the same one. That's pretty neat. How often do you see that? Not every day, I bet. Now, in addition to co-starring with Roy Rogers, Trigger also for a time had his own book and had these nice painted covers on most issues. So that's cool. I don't think this is a first issue. What issue is this? Number 16. Something else from the 4-color line, and that is Santa Claus Funnies. I think that's a pretty. I don't think this. I don't know if this painting was done specifically for this comic book, or if that is something that comes from. I feel like I've seen that before, and not on this comic book. I feel like that comes from some kind of advertising or something. I don't know. Here's another Santa Claus Funnies. 756 of the 4-color line. Adventure Comics 233. Nice. Nice. Joe Smith, Man of Steel. Wow. You don't see Joe Smith much anymore, do you? Hey, who's the hottie blonde? Oh, that's a teacher. Oops, sorry. I got hot for teacher there for a moment. But everybody's wearing a super suit except Clark Kent. Oh, that's going to give him away. I don't see Lana here. And this is before Pete came along. Wait, what is it? Something seats unsafe? I can't read the yellow letters. Oh, Section C seats are unsafe. Well, run. Nice way to create a panic there, Superboy. What a dick. It's 54. There's Lana, Super Lana. You're not going to do much superheroing tethered like that, though. I love the little electrical conductors on the belt. You can tell the kind of the time frame this piece of futuristic technology was created in. They had a little trouble sort of envisioning things outside their experience. Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen, number 14. That's an early issue. Nice. Nice. 5,000 gigantic prizes. This always bugs me. There should be a comma there. Right there. And there isn't. Here's another early Jimmy. And Jimmy the Merboy. Oh, Jimmy the Human Fish. Sorry about that. Or the Merman of Metropolis. Whatever you want to say it. That's number 20. Action Comics. Don't worry, Superman. I won't harm anybody. The Super Ape from Krypton. That's not Titano. And it's not Kongorilla. But it sure is a talking ape. DC was big on ape covers for a while there. And there's actually a book called, it's a one-shot, Superheroes Battle Super Gorillas. It's all reprints of various stories that's, had gorillas as the antagonists. Here's another Jimmy, number 29. Nice early Jimmy. Boy, I'm gonna have a little fangasm myself if we get the first Elastic Lad in here. It's coming up. I think it's number 31, 37. The Bird Boy of Metropolis. It's a man. No, it's a bird. No, it's Jimmy Olsen. And then the Silver Age, you got to explain everything. With special wings, flying as fast as Superman. Well, there you go. Here's kind of Minto Jimmy. The Super Brain of Jimmy Olsen. That's number 22. Here's another gorilla. This one, wow. If an infinite number of gorillas sat at an infinite number of typewriters, how long would it take them to type out the life story of Jimmy Olsen? Apparently not that long at all. That's funny. This one, it's like the register's off here because you wouldn't expect this red to blend into the back cover. This I'll have to look online and see, was this supposed to be like a purple? And then the blue didn't show through? I bet that's what it was. I'll have to look and see what color this is. I might be able to promote this one as a coloring variant. That would be awesome. See the plow. It sure is fun, and Superboy is doing our plowing in record time. There you go. Super Farmer of Smallville, number 43. Mentalo of Krypton. Now, I don't think that is the... that's not the Mentalo we know with the Kryptonite heart. That's a different Mentalo. Number 49. All right, we'll set those to the side. Break out another stack. And I think this is going to be the last stack here for this video. We'll do the second half of this box in the next video. because I don't want them to be too overpoweringly long. All right, My Greatest Adventure, number 19. That's cool. I was queen of the ancient Kapirs? I guess so. That's a little, what's her name? What's her name from Game of Thrones? The Jar Thornus, something like that. I fought the champion of outer space. They both look like they're from outer space. House of Mystery, featuring the human icicle. That's number 73. Secret of the Carved Wood, House of Mystery 57. My Greatest Adventure 14. This guy's looking very Captain Triumph or Doc Strange from the Nedor line. That's what he's looking at. I was a prisoner in a human zoo. Oh no. Look at all those monkeys. Superman, number 116. Nice Wayne Boring cover. The mechanized Superman. The Death of Superman. Huh. 118. Adventure Comics 245. Boy, we're creeping up on the first appearance of the Legion. That's not going to be in here, though. I guarantee you that. Here's number 254. I was a teenage Superboy. Action Comics 229. The Superman Satellite. Strange Adventures. I really enjoy this title. The Amazing Human Race. That is so weird. You could always count on Strange Adventures. I mean, these stories in this title were just absolutely batshit. Praying mantis riding Olympic runners. That's crazy. My Greatest Adventure. We found the Ice Age Giant. Oh, neat. Phil Silvers starring as Sergeant Bilko. So cool. How many people even remember Sergeant Bilko, as it was a CBS television show? How many people could tell you who Phil Silvers is today? Mr. District Attorney. This ran a good long while, up into, oh gosh, I'll have to look and pop it on the screen. 60, 70 issues, 66, something like that. So this is toward the end of the run, but this is based on a radio show. DC really didn't have the finances to license a lot of properties from movies or the primordial television. This guy's got kind of a Popeye thing going on here. It's kind of distracting, to tell you the truth. But anyway, it licensed a couple of radio shows, and one of them was Mr. District Attorney, which did eventually become a TV show as well. List of DC contest winners. I wonder if I won. I doubt it. Secret of the Stone Faces, number 62. Here's House of Secrets, kind of the bastard stepchild to House of Mystery. This one's kind of rough here. You can see here, big old spine split at the bottom, but that's number 5. Here's another District Attorney. This one's got some damage issues. Number 59. Gangbusters, I believe Gangbusters was also based on a radio show. But there you go. And another House of Mystery. Kind of ragged on the spine here. The Crown of Doom. Dun, 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 dun. Huh. Looks like Princess Di and Prince Charles here to a certain extent, doesn't it? To me. But to me that looks like Jeeves, and this looks like my name is Inigo Montoya. All right, so that's it. That's the end of this box. Or that's the end of this half of this box. Come back tomorrow. We will dig through the rest of it, see what else we have. And until then, goodbye, good luck, and please be good to each other.